Hello people, this is Rocky Dawuni. I am right here in Ghana and presenting to you my new album, Branches of the Same Tree. And I want to take that opportunity to welcome you all. Yes, this is Rocky Dawuni, and I want to take the time to let you know that to present to you this album, Branches of the Same Tree. Branches of the Same Tree is my current album. This album was released worldwide in March, and it made it all the way to top 10 in the Billboard charts around the world. And then also right now, this album is Ghana's first Grammy nominated album. A good time for Ghanaian music. A hot time for Ghanaian music. Ghanaian music is right now on the map everywhere. Respect. Well, right now, track 1 is called Shine a Light. And pretty much Shine a Light is a song about empowerment. It's a song to inspire the individual and the listener to aspire to their higher self. This track was really, through my travels, I felt that there was the need to make a song that had a global palette that everybody around the world can sing to. At the same time, to a song that was an anthem that was all inclusive. And I was inspired by the song whilst on a travel in Indonesia. Actually, I was on my way climbing one of the Indonesia's big volcanoes, and to see really the sunrise. And then on my way, whilst we were climbing, this melody really started flowing in my head, and that melody eventually became the palette for Shine a Light. I recorded in Los Angeles, and really for me, it's really a call to arms for a positive outlook towards the world.
That never again will I hurt you. Nairobi, I love you.
Track 2, Rock Your Soul. Rock Your Soul is really a personal song. It's really a song about feelings that we have, personal feeling for the person that you love, and your deepest communication, to share, if you somebody that you love, that you're intimate with, what are really the most intimate personal confessions that you can make to that person, and also to let that person have the trust that whatever path that you follow in, you really, once you're focused on that path and you keep your eyes on the road, eventually you're going to really be able to unravel your destiny. So Rock Your Soul is really about no matter where you are a star, baby. And the whole reason for this bond and this love is that you want a relationship to resonate so deep that it touches the soul. This song too, I recorded this song it was also recorded in Los Angeles, and pretty much the inspiration, came from just really finding some great chords on my guitar and sitting down on a beautiful day and starting to strum on those chords, and then the melodies just really flooded into my head, and it was really a very beautiful melody of just elation, and very positive, and that eventually the lyrics really came out too, and it became this song, Rock Your Soul.
From place to place, I reach out with joy to the people I meet, 'cause I love you. Nairobi, I love you.
The third song, Black Star. Black Star is about Africa. Black Star is about the future of Africa. Black Star is about the empowerment of Africa. Black Star is about the vision of Marcus Garvey, about one day being a day when Africa, motherland, also reconnects with the diaspora in a way that, we can all, unravel all the issues that slavery had brought, where people that were once together have been totally dissociated from each other. But Black Star is a positive story. It's a story too about the emerging of the new Africa, you know. And by the emergence of the new Africa, I mean that, you know, empowerment of the African youth, that we are in charge of our own destiny and we can be the masters to craft our own future. So when the story on this song was that when I was recording, you know, I had said, you know, this song was really something that was personal, something that, you know, represented our continent. So I wanted to work with an African musician to feature on this track. So I had traveled, you know, I had been in Ghana for a bit, and then I was like, oh wow, let me call my friend Samini, you know, and have Samini feature on this, because Ghanaian artists, and it would be good to really have a Ghanaian artist on it. So we weren't able to really connect. And then I was back in the United States. I was actually in the final stages of mixing the record. You know, everything was done. I was like, okay, this record is done. And then I found out that, you know, the BET Awards was happening in Los Angeles. So I went to the BET Awards to actually find Sarkodie. You know, I was like, okay, I gotta find a Ghanaian artist to feature on this. So when I went, Sarkodie was actually, I couldn't find Sarkodie, but I ran into Samini right there. And I was like, oh my God, this was the original artist that I wanted to put on it. So it was kind of serendipity. And I brought him right away to the studio in Los Angeles, and then we tracked the song. And it's really a beautiful combination and collaboration. And pretty much the only collaboration on the record. The next song is African Thriller. African Thriller is about the resilience of Africa. It's about a strong Africa. It's about Africa rising and making, putting itself on the map. You know, Africa really embracing the rest of the world in a way that is rhythmic, it is all-encompassing, and at the same time too, is empowering. You know, and anybody who's seen the video makes a real testament. The video is about people being in a boxing ring and using dance as a means of expression. People think of the boxing ring as a place of confrontation, but then in the video, we use it as a place of engagement for people to be able to empower themselves. And when you get into the ring too, it's about expression. You know, so this song is about heralding the new Africa, resilient, powerful, beautiful, and at the same time too, you know, just really putting everybody on notice that we are here today and we are here to stay. African Thriller was really actually recorded. I recorded it originally, tracked it in Ghana with some of the best musicians here, from Osei Tutu, who also work on the horn lines, to Aka, to what's it called, Akwesi, what's it called, some really amazing guitarists from Ghana, to percussion, Sunday on percussion, actually Akwesi Dankwa on guitar too, with Akable, and then also I had Alaji Ibrahim on bass. You know, so once I finished tracking it too, then I took it to Los Angeles, where I had also, you know, other American players, you know, also play on it, you know, like, you know, really some of the best musicians also play and collaborate with it. So it eventually became a collaborative, song, you know, featuring artists from Ghana and so artists from outside. And this song was the first single, and really a powerful single. It really defined the album right out of the gate.
I stood up on a rock, on your holy mountains, beholding your beauty.
Number 5 is Children of Abraham. Basically, this song is about, you know, a play for peace, a play for bringing people together, a play for a world of engagement and collaboration rather than a world of confrontation. So this song was inspired by, you know, a trip that I took to Israel, and through my travels, and also really seeing, you know, like, you know, the Christians, you know, the Jews, you know, everybody was politically very divided, but at the same time too, everybody the religion, both from Islam to Christianity and Judaism, their foundations were based in Abraham, So I tried to use the prophet Abraham as, a staging point to let everybody know that, peace is possible. Because if we all crystallize and look at the foundation of where all these religions come from, they come from the same roots. So once you start extending beyond the roots, you see that people are confronting each other. So this was a plea for world peace, for understanding, true realization of our shared commonality and our shared destiny. And I started working on this song in Israel, and then I came and worked on it in Los Angeles, and eventually, was able to, finish the tracking in Los Angeles during the time that I was doing, the work for this album. It's pretty much, one of my favorite songs on the album because I feel it really reflects, the whole ethos of what the record means. And the line "Branches of the Same Tree," which became the title of the album, actually comes from the song "Children of Abraham." So, going to the next song, which is the sixth song, "We Never Stop." "We Never Stop" was actually a song that my daughter really was involved in when I was writing it. It was a trip that I was taking to a place called Ojai in California, and we had reached this place, one of our favorite places, and we're hanging out. And I remember my daughter said she wanted to swim, so we went to the pool, and she was in the pool, and I was just hanging out in the pool, just messing out with some songs, and I started talking, and singing a certain melody, and then she was also backing me on it and all that, and all of a sudden this song "We Never Stop" came. This was really a fun song, and it's about, my personal journey as an artist, where, I'm determined and focused, and constantly trying to challenge myself to really be able to rise to certain heights. And "We Never Stop" is really a reflection of that resilience and that determination. And "We Never Stop" was tracked in Los Angeles, with some amazing musicians. I had, the bassist from Steel Pulse, Ronnie McQueen on it, and then some great, drummer, Rock Dedrick, and then some members from Ziggy Marley's band, and some members too from Michael Franti's band, all of them coming and collaborating, to make this song what it is.
You're gonna walk the talk and talk the walk. You're gonna walk the talk and talk the walk. You're gonna walk the talk and talk. My brothers and my sisters. You're gonna walk.
The next song is called "The Sign." That's song number 7. "The Sign" is actually a personal song. It's really a personal song about my personal staying in between, torn in between two worlds. Living in Los Angeles and also Ghana, and constantly, when I'm in one of the worlds, I miss the other world, and just, at some point, really feeling that, whatever the reason that God gave me to really go stay in the West and really be able to learn and assimilate and absorb all this knowledge, it was time for me to come back home, and to really start reading also the signs that it's time for me to go back home and also be in Ghana and be with my people and be with my family and all that, because I know that I'm out there to learn, and there's so much stuff that I've learned that has helped my music to grow. So "The Sign" was also a song I wrote for universally for all the listeners, when you listen to know to trust yourself and read also the signs outside, because I believe that God speaks to all of us one way or the other every day, and God speaks to everybody too uniquely. So you have to trust the inner voice and know that your destiny is within you, and you have to trust that destiny and listen to your voice and your talent and what you feel that God has brought you on earth to do, and follow it and put in the work and put in the energy to manifest that destiny, because if that destiny is possible, somewhere, but it takes your determination to make that happen. So you got to follow your personal signs to really realize the unraveling of your personal destiny. So that's the song The Sign and what it reflects. And The Sign is also a fusion of really Afro sound and reggae music. So it borders, it's almost like African thriller style. It's really the fusion of our traditional high lifestyle Afro beats and just global sounds. Really a positive, incredible style.
Whoa, 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 na 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 na. Riding on a train to Kibera today. Oh, I promise myself that never again will I hurt you. Nairobi, I love you. All over the city, from place to place, I reach out with joy.
Butterfly is song number 8. Butterfly is actually original. It was written by Bob Marley, but it was a song that he wrote, but he did not really finish it. So it's a sketch that he did on a guitar. So a few years ago, some folks approached me and brought me, that track and said, "Oh, can you really finish it and make it into a song and all that, and complete the song?" And I really never gave much thought to it, but I really loved the melody. So when I was recording the album, I was like, okay, great. I mean, Bob Marley has been a great influence on me and also influenced reggae music around the world. So it would be great to do that song. But then in the production style, I took it from what Bob would have done, which is traditional reggae music, and really fused it with, had a string section, put in ukulele, which is a traditional style that is used in Hawaii and all that, and it was really acoustic, but yet very sweet melodies, almost like what Earth, Wind and Fire would have done for a record like that. So it was really produced in that way, just to really dissociate it from what the traditional reggae style would be. And it's really one of the favorite songs on the album. Nairobi, which is number 8. This was inspired by a trip that I took to Kenya during the elections. Before the previous elections, everybody knows that there was a big violence that happened in that country. People, brother rose against brother. That country was torn apart, and then if it wasn't for people like Kofi Annan and a whole lot of the global community who stepped in, Kenya would have gone down the hole of civil war. But when the current elections were about to happen, I was invited there by the Red Cross to come and join other Kenyan musicians to go onto the onslaught and promote peace. So before the elections, we traveled to all the neighborhoods. We went on all the TV stations, radio, appealing for peace. I went to the Kibera, where the last was the flaring point for the last election violence. To go and meet people and talk about peace and all that. So I was really very involved in the peace process right before the last elections. And during that time, I felt that also as a musician, I needed to create something that would bring people together, a form, a song that could make Kenyans focus on the commonality, and something that is iconic that everybody can agree on beyond all the tribal differences that had arisen out of the war and the election violence. So this was a song for peace, a song to also elevate Nairobi, which is like one of the iconic cities of Africa and also a pride of Kenya. And so it was a song that I felt that really spoke deeply to me myself, and at the same time really put the positive side of Kenya out to the world, something that I feel that all Kenyans could be proud of, because Kenyans issue is an African issue, and I'm African, and I feel that we all share in the same destiny. We all have to play a role in each other's story, and so that's the story behind that song.
Girl, let us take it slow. Listen to my music before you go.
The next song is Get Up, Stand Up. You know, everybody knows that song. It's a Bob Marley song. But then what I did was that I really brought it into the Afro roots African style. And so this is Get Up, Stand Up, but African way. The way if maybe Fela and Bob Marley had collaborated, what would have come out? You know, so this is how it was, you know, and it's a really a beautiful song, you know, and everybody who listens to it knows that this is an anthem to bring people together, an anthem to bring the whole world, you know, to especially in these times that we need people to wake up, to be aware of what's going on around the world. This song, I believe, it has been refreshed with the power of Africa and the groove of Africa to wake up people around the world, because we have to get up and stand up to deal with the issues that are going on around the world. And this is the new way, the new anthem for a new time. The last song, Island Girl, is a song of love. It's a song that was inspired by Hawaii, a song that was inspired by just really the beauty of, you know, really, if you have a partner or you have somebody that you love, you know, the shared moments, those really, really important moments that you feel that connection to each other and also the connection to the rest of the universe. Island Girl is a song of longing, you know, whereby you are on a place by yourself, you're traveling and you're missing the comforts of home, the comforts of love. So it's a song of intimacy, at the same time a song of longing. And it was inspired by the island of Hawaii, where I spent, after I'd written the song, you know, I spent some time really finalizing the song, you know, on that island. So when you hear the ukulele sound in there, the ukulele is a very traditional Hawaiian, you know, guitar string instrument that they play on that island. So it's also a song, you know, an intimate song, love song for, you know, for everybody, so that you can sing to your loved ones, because when you miss somebody, it feels like you're on an island, you know. So that is also the metaphor around the song. So all in all, this is the entire Branches of the Same Tree. The album that was spawned out of Ghana, was nourished by global sounds, and was propelled by the rhythmic power of Africa and the spirit of Africa. And right now, it's a Grammy nominated album, the first one for Ghana and the first one for Africa in terms of the reggae, best reggae album category.
How many roads we had to walk just to make it to the door, only to be told we were too late. How many picket lines we crossed just to get back off the floor, then we fall back in the same old game.
So to all the upcoming artists, what I want to tell them is that, you know, you have to stay true to your dreams. You know, you have to believe in your dreams. You have to learn a sense of humility. You see, the humility backed by hard work is really the key. At the same time too, you have to learn your craft very well, because you can't just necessarily just jump up and start singing and making a whole bunch of, you know, noise and then think that that is really music. Just take the time and nourish that talent. Nourish that talent with, you know, learning your chords, learning what music is, and then once you're able to get all of this together, then you have what can really be the winning formula for you to go ahead, and then the rest is all hard work and staying true and focus and knowing that there's going to be a lot of stumbling blocks, there's going to be a lot of challenges, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to say you cannot do it, but you always say, yes, I can, yes, I can, and you can be able to pull through. And then with this record, you know, you can find this record online everywhere, and then also right now that we're releasing it in Ghana, you can find it in all fine stores in Ghana too, and then we're going to make it available too on all the telcos online, you know, so you can really be able to find this album in telcos. You know, all Ghanaians should support, because this is really a historic album for all of us, an album too that really for the history of our country is going to really show that Ghanaian music really has come to fruition this time. God bless you. Respect.
Walls come tumbling down, me again, like Jericho before. Babylon walls come tumbling down, down, down.